I've got a short but effective shoulder mobility sequence for you, and it's also going to help us with our posture. We are using a yoga strap, so find something comparable if you don't have one. Now I know that I need this, and I know that some of you out there need this too. We're going to get started standing on our mats. Welcome to our shoulder work. Now, if your strap is really long like mine, you might want to double it so it's not kind of flailing around you. We're going to get started with something that has a terrible name, which is called dislocations. Relax those shoulders, stand up nice and tall, engage the muscles of your legs. We're going to bring that strap all the way around us. Now, if you can't come all the way around without doing funky with your head or your ribs, I'll just want you to go to your range of motion. Just want to warm up those shoulders. It's important that as we do this, we are keeping the chin parallel to the floor and the ribs corseted together. We're trying to isolate what's going on right in our shoulders. This is something that I might do if I'm working at a computer for a couple hours. I might get up and just do 10 rounds of these just to kind of open everything back up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to bring that strap overhead and just bend the elbows. I want you to focus on squeezing the shoulder blades into your back and pulling your elbows forward. So you should feel a huge stretch across the front of your chest. We've got a little bit of burning going on already. Let's extend, keep tension on that strap, and then slowly come down. This is really good to do with a TheraBand too, so if you've got some stretch to your strap or your belt, that's perfectly fine. Elbows forward, up, and down. Hold. Nice full breath in. And on that exhale, we'll come up. Oh, release those shoulders. Give them a little roll here. Step those feet together, and I'll want you to bring the strap behind you. Now my hands are facing out, and I'm just going to focus on rotating my shoulders here. So I'm going to take my shoulders and I'm going to roll them in. So now my thumbs are actually facing closer to my body. Shoulders pull down and back, ribs are corseted together. I want you to lift that strap off your back if you can. And it really depends on the distance at which you're holding your strap. Keep lifting your heart and drawing the navel back. Give me another breath. And then relax your arms. Roll the shoulders in. And then resume that same position. I'm going to open and lift. Chin is parallel to the floor for this one. Open up through the chest. Try tilting your head to one side, and then just gently take a half circle to the other. Bring it back to center and relax your arms. Now we can take that one step further into a fold, but what I recommend is coming down first, belly to thigh, then you can begin to lengthen your legs some if you want. Rotate those shoulders and begin to lift those hands off your back. Feel your head begin to lengthen. Maybe give it a little shake, yes or no. Hands are reaching overhead towards the ceiling, but then you are surrendering to gravity. Keep that gentle pull. I'm trying to reach my hands in opposite directions, keeping tension. Let your hands drop down towards your back. You can set that strap aside right at the front end of your mat. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Tailbone lifts, gazes forward. Exhale, fold in half. Rise all the way up, hands to the sky. Bring it into heart center and close your eyes. I just want you to notice how you're feeling so far. Are there any changes or shifts in your body, and especially your awareness in your upper body? Inhale the arms up, lift the gaze. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands to the mat, walk back. We'll take a downward dog. Just take a little bit of time here for yourself to move freely. A slow pedal of the feet or a rock or a sway of the hips. I always like to do that little head shake just to make sure there's no tension in the neck. Your ears should be lined up to your biceps. Sink those heels. Try to lift your toes as you push the heels towards the ground, tailbone tied to the sky. Lift the heels high, drop down onto a table position. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Come into a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. Exhale, curl and around, separating those shoulders. Move at the rhythm of your breath. And any other movement that would feel good to help you loosen and open up the spine. I like a circular churn of the ribs. And if you're making any circular movements, make sure you move in the opposite direction. Come all the way back to center. I want you to arch the back and draw your hips towards your heels. Drop your hips to one side and I want you to stack your hands to the other. Focus on really rotating this top shoulder towards the ceiling to get a huge stretch into side body and up and into the shoulder. Expansive breath. Walk those hands across, dropping the hips. Now as we come into this position, rotate this top shoulder towards the ceiling. Let the hips sink towards the floor. Roll up out of that side bend, hands and knees. Right leg is going to extend back. Full breath in, exhale. Curl and round, guide that right foot forward. Now if you need something to pad your knee here, just take a moment, grab that for yourself. Find your way to your strap. Once I come into my low lunge, Anjaneyasana, I'm going to take my strap overhead. Allow the left hip to sink and the heart to lift. So I want you to focus on really opening up the chest here. Keep tension between your two hands. Heart is lifting. The navel draws back. Full breath in. Exhale, bend those elbows, right? Elbows come forward. Keep trying to draw those hands away from each other. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And on that exhale, I just want you to hold here. Try to square those hips off. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Up with the arms. And go ahead and release. Hands to floor. I want you to begin to push your hips back. And as you do, try to lift your toes. You might want to come up onto fingertips here, since we're not using blocks. Try to drag that right heel back towards you. Long spine, sternum extends forward. Nice and slow, rock through center and swing that right leg around. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow between sides. Come back to neutral. Left leg extends, full breath. Exhale, curl and round, assist. Bring that left foot forward. Climb your way up. Pad that knee if necessary. Sink the right hip, lift the heart. Full breath. We're focusing on trying to draw that strap as far back behind us as we can. Open up the chest, breathe. Exhale, bend those elbows. You want to focus on that rotation. Elbows come forward, palms reach back. Inhale and exhale. Give me two more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale. Last time. Reach back. Exhale to hold. Chin parallel to the floor. Elbows forward. Hold and feel. Push that right shin down into the ground. Up. And release. You can bring those hands to the inside. Nice and slow. Begin to push your hips back. Toes towards the ceiling. Drag the heel towards you. Right, if you want to come up a little higher, especially if you're tight. Maybe you have really long legs too. Hold and feel. Rocking forward, left leg's gonna swing all the way around. Balasana. Knees wide, toes touch, come all the way down to the mat. From your child's pose, roll up and keep your hips on your heels. Right hand is gonna come right in front and left arm is gonna extend back. Just focus on that rotation through the chest. Full breath in. Exhale, left replaces right. Inhale, open. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. One more each side. Rotate, breathe. Exhale. Inhale on the rotation, open up that chest. As you come back to center, I want you to melt back down. Right hand is gonna face the ceiling, and the left hand is gonna come out to the side. Peek to the left and bend that right elbow. I want you to give yourself a little pat on the back. Push that right shoulder towards the floor. Press the elbow into the floor. We're lengthening through that whole side body. Release that right arm and we'll swap sides. Left palm faces the ceiling. As you sink to the right, we want to look underneath that armpit, bend the left elbow, and press into the floor. Both hands extend out in front of you, roll through center, toes will tuck. Plank position, up and back, downward dog. Sink those heels, shake that head, yes or no. With all the work we've done so far, I want you to focus on melting the heart towards the floor. Draw the navel in strong. And heels come up, roll onto your knees. Hands are gonna go a little further forward, taking this into that modified plank position. Rock forward, set those shoulders, and just slowly roll your way to the ground. From here, I want you to place your hands just as you would for Cobra. The gaze is downward once you see what this looks like. Just like a bicycle, I want you to keep the heart lifted and I want you to roll your shoulders one at a time. Separate from each other, right rolls, and then the left. 1, 2. 1, 2. 5, 4. 3, 2, last one. Shoulders rolled together, heart stays lifted. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Press the tops of your feet into the floor, let them press down to lift the kneecaps. Hold strong, squeeze through that back body. 4, a little higher. 3, breathe the belly into the floor. And on the exhale, you can stack your fists and just windshield your legs from side to side. Letting those legs extend long on the floor, just rock back and forth, finding the pelvis underneath you. I want you to energize these legs again. Tops of the feet press into the floor, kneecaps lift. This is going to be a variation of Cobra that I know of as spider. Fingertips are going to go wider than your mat. Keep the heart lifted, gaze down. Lift your elbows and press your fingertips into the floor. I want you to take a couple rounds here, just lifting. Feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. Stretching and opening up through that whole front body, the chest across the pectorals. For 4, squeeze those shoulder blades together. 3, 2, and last one to hold. You can stay here, or if you feel like you've got the strength, active through those fingers, I want you to begin to lift your heart off the ground. Keep those shoulders away from your ears, nice and high. Breathe. You want to keep the pelvis on the floor. Hold for 4, 3, nice open chest, 2, and 1. Take your time with that and relax your forehead down. Just let everything go. And last little bit for our prone work. I'm going to extend my arm out to the side, peeking in that opposite direction, coming into a little bit of a scorpion action. I'm going to take the opposite foot, bring it up and across, moving from side to side. Come back to center, arm extends, foot comes up and reaches back. Take a couple rounds, seeing if it feels different from one side to another. Next time you come into your end range, we'll take a pause on whatever side you're on. I focus on trying to reach my knee to the ceiling. Actively push into the floor with your palm. Up and switch. Find your way back to center. Hands right underneath those shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, press into the floor. Modified push-up, up and back, melt your heart to the floor. Just feel. Drop your hips back. We're going to take it all the way to the ground, onto our backs. Knees pull to the chest as you roll onto your back. And extend your right leg long on the floor. Begin to pull the left leg across your body, and I want you to find length here. I'm going to begin to extend my left leg away from me, all the way out, and extend the left arm up and out to the side. The goal here is to try to press the left shoulder into the floor, but extend your hip towards the foot of the mat. Feeling a huge stretch across the chest and through side body. Continue to reach and just breathe into your shape. Full breath in. And on the exhale, just begin to let that leg soften and bend a bit. Hold a gentle twist, no effort. Take a body scan, just notice how you're feeling. Any sensations that might be going on. Pull those knees underneath you, lift and lower the hips, knees to chest. Left leg reaches long on the floor. Finding rotation. Our goal here is to look for an extension. Fingertips are reaching. Right toes are reaching in opposite direction. Shoulder blade into the floor, hip extends down. So use this little bind as leverage, right? Pushing the right hip into your left hand. Nice full breath. And on that exhale, just soften your pose. Close your eyes, no effort left. Begin to pull yourself back to center. Adjust those hips, and I want you to extend your legs long. Maybe take up a little more space here. Your feet can be as wide or even wider than your mat. And arms are wide, wider than your mat, like a little star shape. Close your eyes, and I just want you to create a sense of abundance in your body. Feel your back melting into the mat. Feel an openness through your chest. And feel powerful in your body. On the next exhale, begin to pull the knees into the chest and roll your way up. Sit comfortably and extend your arms out to the sides. I want you to focus on pressing your fingertips towards the floor, and as if you were trying to spin your armpits towards the ceiling. You should feel your shoulder blades kind of squeezing into your back, and you're extending through the center of your chest. I want you to reach with intention and focus on that active roll of the armpits upwards. Just reach in opposite directions. Continue to lengthen up and out of the waist. We're gonna hold here for 5. Keep pushing and spinning open through those armpits. 4, 3, keep pushing. 2, and on that 1, inhale, lift the gaze, lift the arms, bring it into heart center. Visit this anytime your shoulders or your posture needs a little TLC. I'm especially grateful this week to be here with you because COVID had ripped through my household earlier this week, and everyone, including myself, was positive. And it was rough in the beginning, and I'm slowly finding my way out of it. So I'm just happy to be here, still producing something, so we have content fresh every week. Consider subscribing. I love hearing from you and watching the channel grow. So if there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. Hopefully we'll work together soon. Namaste.